Good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to Pulaski County Fiscal Court. We have actually closed our courthouse down to public once again due to the red zone restrictions placed by our Governor Beshear. We're trying to comply with that, trying to be safe for all of our county residents. So you can still contact all of our offices by phone if you need services of the clerk's office or the PBA office or the judge's office. You can still contact us, and we are still staffed and still working. We just have to close to public foot traffic once again. Hopefully we'll be able to reopen soon, but if you've noticed here in Pulaski County, we have seen a spike in our numbers here in the past couple weeks. So as a precaution, we're just trying to make it safe for everybody the best that we can here. So I appreciate your patience in that and your prayers for our county. We all need that. So let's go ahead and we like to open our court meetings with the Pledge of Allegiance. This morning I've asked Magistrate Ranshaw if he would open us up in the Pledge of Allegiance. Y'all please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda is the approval of our minutes from our previous meeting. You've received a copy of those. Would there be any changes, or what would be your recommendation there?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Wielden, second by Ranshaw. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda then is bid opening for fuel system upgrades. We did advertise for the fuel system upgrades, and we did receive, I think, 2 bids. Is that correct, BJ?
Yes.
If you'd like to open those and get that recorded, please.
Looks like there are 2 bids that were received. The first one is from Southern Petroleum. It was time-stamped October 30th, 2020 at 1:16 p.m. I'll open it first. Looks like the total on that bid was $8,771.50. $8,771.50.
That was from
Southern Petroleum. The second bid is from Chad Ross, Petro Towery. November 5th is when it was received of 2020 at 11:37 a.m. is when it was time-stamped. The total on that bid, there's actually 2 different pieces of paperwork with 2 different numbers. One of them is gas boy install, and that is $4,880. The other one looks like the proposal scope includes a gas boy Atlas Prime and various work with that, and that is $35,537.53.
So I think we'll need to bring those in and review those. We're not pressing to have that done today, are we? I'd entertain a motion to accept these bids for review.
Motion.
Second. We have a motion by Ranshaw and a second by Turpin. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll try to we'll review them and bring it back to our next meeting for action. Okay, next then, in new business, I'm happy to report that we've been given discretionary funding. It's in the form of a grant for our county. You know, I was kind of surprised that we did under the new administration with everything going on, but we received a grant for $220,000 for surfacing for Singleton Road. So in order to enter into that with the state to receive that money, we'll need to approve this resolution in front of you for the Singleton Road Memorandum of Agreement. Basically, it just says the Pulaski County Fiscal Court adopting and approving the execution of a memorandum of agreement between the Pulaski Fiscal Court and the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Department of Highways, for in the amount of $220,000 for BIT surfacing of Singleton Road, County Road 1713, and that be it resolved, the Fiscal Court does hereby ratify and adopt all statements, representations, warranties, covenants, and agreements contained in said agreement, and does hereby accept the funds provided in said agreement, and by such acceptance agrees to all the terms and conditions therein stated, and that the Judge Executive of Pulaski County is hereby authorized and directed to sign said agreement as set forth on behalf of Pulaski Fiscal Court and the Pulaski Fiscal Court Clerk is hereby authorized and directed to certify thereto. So that's our resolution. Entertain a motion to approve that.
Motion.
We have a motion by Wilson and a second by Wilden, I think. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And then to follow that is the agreement for Singleton Road. Basically, that's laying out the terms of the agreement that we're going to, the work we'll provide, the monies they'll provide. So we did entertain a motion to accept this agreement and allow me to sign the agreement.
Motion.
Motion by Wilson, second by Strunk. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That's good news for Pulaski because that's, our road monies are always tight. So anytime we get a grant like that, that's a big help. So thank our governor for that. The next two items I'm gonna push down towards the end of the meeting. We're going to have to go into executive session, so we'll come back from that and discuss those last two items. But so until then, we'll move on to our department reports. And first, we have our road department. And what you have today is the road work request. And in that, I believe we have two speed limit designations in the 4th District. Let's see, we'll need to vote on those separately. You have the names of those.
Yeah, Knob Hill and Cola Grade.
Okay, so first then we'd need a motion to set the speed limit at the Knob Hill. What is this, 20 miles an hour?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Rancho, second by Strunk. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next then would be to set the speed limit on Colo Grade Road. It says here Colo Grand, but it's Colo Grade Road for 20 mile an hour speed limit.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Rancho, second by Wilson. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And then we entertain a motion to accept the rest of the road work request as a whole.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Wilden, second by Wilson. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Let's see. Next, then we have also forgot to put on there, but we have a request to get, was it 3,000 ton of Rock, this month, or is that next meeting?
Motion.
Can we do that? Special call meeting?
I don't know. We have a motion by
Second.
Wilson, second by Strunk. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, then we've got, next will be 911. Aaron Ross, I think that's a personnel issue.
Good morning. Of course, we've done some interviews for the position of dispatcher, full-time dispatcher at 911. And at this time, we have one. I'd like to recommend Mike Dick for full-time with a start date of November 16th. That'll be next payroll. I'd like to recommend him, then I'll bring another one up once we get everything wrapped up, hopefully next meeting.
Entertain a motion to hire Mike Dick full-time for 911.
Motion.
Have a motion by Ranshaw, second by Wielden. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? The motion carries. And we have with us today Rod Dick, representing our jailer, Pulaski County. He wants to have a contract with Wayne County.
Thank you, Judge. It's good to see y'all. It's been a while since I've got a chance to be around, but the jailer wanted me to come. He's kind of been on a quarantine. His son plays football, and he's not sick or anything like that, but he just had been around where that he wanted to make certain that he didn't have anything or any symptoms of it, so he couldn't be here today. He just wanted y'all to know that he appreciated the help that y'all give him, and if there was anything that needed to be done or something, let him go. If you all have a copy of the agreement that we've been housing some inmates from Wayne County because of the problems they've had down there, I'll touch on some of the high points of this, that the per diem on those prisoners is going to be $31 a day, which is the equivalent to what the DOC is paying for state prisoners now. Obviously, any expenses that's incurred with them as far as medical, anything like that, would go back to Wayne County. And same with if there was a reason that we had to transport or any one of them, all those expenses would go back to Wayne County. If there's any comment or question on it, I'll try my best to answer those.
I know that we're doing this because they have an outbreak of COVID.
Yes, sir.
Are we doing everything to mitigate us getting COVID in our jails because of them, their prisoners coming over?
Mark, I'll take you through the process whenever that they bring somebody, whether it be from Wayne County or they bring them from Pulaski County. In the Sally Port out there, a nurse goes out there, there's a questionnaire that you'll ask them. They take their temperature, so on like that, to make certain that they don't have any, I guess, symptoms that you can see right then. Then once they are booked into the detention center, whether they be again from Pulaski County or whether they be from Wayne County, they're put in quarantine for 14 days. And sometimes it gets a little, stressful with, with room, but so far we've done it. And a lot of credit goes to the jailer and definitely the folks over there to make certain, knock on wood, we've not had any problems so far. And if there is a case where that there's somebody maybe that thinks that they've been exposed or something like that, then obviously they have to wear a mask, and we wear a mask on. So I would be confident to say that they've done every step has been taken to make certain that we don't get it here.
I know the jail has done a great job of keeping it out, keeping the virus out, so I just want to hopefully, because of the situation in Wayne County, that all measures
Absolutely,
are being taken.
and I guess you can look at this in another way, is that we're trying to be a good neighbor. Hopefully we don't ever experience that, but we don't know what the future holds.
Right. So,
And, you know, along those same lines, you know, DOC's eased the restrictions back. You was talking about, Mike, those guys picking up trash yesterday. You know, they've got some work crews out here doing some things again. Those guys are segregated. They don't come inside the jail whenever they come back in. They're outside, you know, they change out there. So, like I say, the jailer and those deputies, the men and women over there are ones that they try their best to make certain that that nobody in there's compromised to get that in there.
They do a great job because nobody's gotten it over there yet that I know of, so. But did you say that the Department of Justice has released them to pick up trash now, or?
DOC has, yes, sir.
Okay.
They've started where that, it's not, certainly not on the scale it once was, but it's a limited scale, but at the same time, they're out now picking up some trash and doing some things. Where there for a while, they was on a, you know, a complete lockdown. They wouldn't basically let them out of the parking lot over there. So, you know, hopefully we've come across, if things don't, this thing doesn't get totally out of hand, you know, hopefully we continue to do that.
Correct.
We have this agreement then, you're asking permission for me to sign this on behalf of the jail, and we need a motion.
That is right, yes, sir.
Motion.
Second. Motion by Ranshaw and a second by Turpin. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do you have a copy that I need to sign, or you want me to?
Just sign that and then send it. You can sign that and I'll take it back however you need to do.
Rod, can I get a copy of that also? A signed copy.
Okay.
Would you pass that down to Mr. Dick, please? Thank you.
On behalf of the jailer, thank you, fellas.
Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Rod. All right, next then will be our treasurer's report, and also you will include the surplus property in your report as well, John.
Okay, I'm gonna take this mask off so you can hear me. Not that I'm not loud enough. First and foremost, I want to say yesterday was Veterans Day. Thank all our veterans for their service. They gave us their life's blood, and thank you. The first item I have would be we have a drug dog that belongs to Pulaski County Fiscal Court that is no longer in our line of duty, but needs to be, so we would like to surplus that canine at this time. I'll add more to it after we surplus him.
Motion to surplus.
Second.
Motion by Strunk, and a second by Wilson to surplus our drug dog. Any further discussion?
Will we be getting an additional one, or
No, not at this time.
not at this time?
Now, also, to go along with that, we would like to dispose of that asset by donating. I know it sounds very odd.
Do we need to vote on that first?
Yeah.
We've got a motion and a second, and with any further
Oh, I'm
discussion?
sorry. Thanks,
It's all right.
Mike.
It's all right.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, now you can,
Now, we would like to dispose of, and I know that's a very odd term to put it as it is an animal, but by donating that to Madison County Sheriff's Office, that way this canine can still be of service.
Motion. Second.
motion by Wilson, second by Strunk. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries.
And that does follow KRS statutes. Okay, the next item I have would be the bill list. And you will notice that there are two. One is a supplemental, and that is to, excuse me, disperse occupational tax funds out. So that's why there had to be a separate, a supplemental. Can we vote on those together, BJ? Okay. He would like us to vote on those separate.
The first would be our normal bill list. You've got a copy of that. What would be your pleasure?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Strunk, second by Wilson. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And then, do we need to vote on each supplemental separate? Are they?
No, it's just one supplemental.
Okay.
Motion.
We have a motion by,
Second.
was that Wheeldon that made that motion? And second by Ranshaw to approve the supplemental bill list. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
And also, on the note of bill list, due to it being, we're starting the winter season, I think that right now it is acceptable that we could only just do one bill list a month. The auditors are fine with that. I spoke with them regarding it, and they're fine with it. So, starting now, we're just going to be doing one bill list a month until further notice. Okay, next thing, bank reconciliation for the month of October.
Got a copy of your bank reconciliation. Any questions, or we entertain a motion?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Wilson, second by Strunk. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The last item I have will be fund transfers. The first one is from the occupational tax fund to the general fund for $2,022,917.74. And that basically, that balances out for the first quarter of the fiscal year. The second one is from the general fund to the road fund, $300,000, general fund to 911 fund, $353,375, and general fund to the jail fund, $201,563, and that denotes occupational tax fund transfers that have been budgeted.
Motion.
Motion by Ranshaw,
Second.
second by Strunk. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion carries. Okay,
I believe that's all I have. Thank you.
all right, thank you, Joan. We have this Kentucky Emergency Management contract still to deal with, but we need to discuss personnel issue prior to that, so I was going to see if we could convene an executive session for a few minutes to discuss that before we deal with that last item of new business.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Turpin, second by Wilson. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So, we can ask if you're not part of court to leave, or we can go back in the back room. How y'all want to do this? Will y'all be able to shut the video down while we're? You are. Okay, we are back in regular session. No action was taken in executive session. We did, however, discuss possible hiring of personnel. And we have one unfinished piece of business here that is related to that personnel as well. So I would like to ask the court's permission to name Aaron Ross as our interim emergency management director.
There'll be no change in pay on that, is
Be no change in pay. It's just he will assume this role until such a time as we can fill that role permanent or more permanently.
Coming back from executive session.
We already did. We voted to come out. Or did we?
We gotta vote once we're out.
No action taken.
Okay, there's no action taken, so, but we are out though, right? And we don't have to vote to come out.
Motion.
You gonna make a motion to come out of executive session? Or is this for a motion for the,
Hire Aaron.
as an interim? Okay, we have a motion by Magistrate Wielden to hire Aaron Ross as interim EM director.
Second.
Second by Hanshaw. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, and then part two here of that would be, need permission to execute contract with the Commonwealth of Kentucky, emergency management. Y'all got a copy of the contract in front of you. What would be your pleasure there?
Motion.
Motion by Ranshaw. You have a second?
Second.
Second by Strump. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Then with no further business to discuss, we'd entertain a motion.
Did,
No, I'm sorry.
what about Stacy?
Stacy is
Is still-
fire coordinator. He still has his role as,
His pay will remain the same.
remain the
also.
same.
And safety director, right?
We don't have that office.
We don't have
Public
that.
safety.
Oh.
We have EM and fire coordinator. So everything else will remain the same.
That's right.
So we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Any opposed? Thank you all very much.